talking about supply and demand. We're going to be talking about why investments go up and why investments go down. And supply and demand is a law, the law of supply and demand. And we're going to talk a little bit about the roller coaster versus the merry-go-round. And it's okay to get on the merry-go-round. It's okay to actually not even get on the merry-go-round, but to sit on the sideline as long as you're getting money put into your accounts. So we're going to talk about those right now. So the big part I want you to really understand is the law, and it's a law of supply and demand. So why do things go up? Why do things go down? If you research it, you're going to figure out the reasons why things do what they do. The biggest example, again, is I'm going to use these markers right here. Here are 3 markers. And if there are 10 people trying to buy these markers, there's 10 of you, then what's going to happen to the price? It's going to go up. 10 of you want it. There's only 3 of them. You're going to get into a bidding war. Now, let's say that we have 3 markers, but only 1 buyer. These guys are going to compete and the price is going to go down. It's the law of supply and demand. Okay, that's so crucial. Now, as you look at the different asset categories out there, there are different things out there. There are bonds. We're going to use bonds and loans here. Okay, hold on a second. So you got bonds. Boy, I'm 0 for 2 right there. You see that? Okay, they're bonds. Okay, so those are bonds. That is an asset class. That's an asset class. Crypto is an asset class. Real estate is an asset class. Stocks are an asset class. And so you've got all these different things, and everybody gets to vote with their wallet. All right. Everybody gets to vote where they put their money. And the way they vote is by how much money they put wherever they're putting it. So for the last handful of years, the governments around the world, because of the problems we had with the pandemic, they have been printing more money. They've been printing a lot of money. How does that work? Well, the government says we need more money. We need more money to pay for our costs. We need it to pay for our people. We have all these things we need. We need money. So they write an IOU. I owe you money. And then that goes usually to the Federal Reserve or to the central bank in all these different countries. And they literally print more money. The problem with that is that if you own things, we appreciate it because it goes up in value over the long term, not the short term, but over the long term, if it was just that one thing. The negative is that if you don't own things that go up in value, that make money, okay, this is the crucial part of the asset allocation and the supply and demand. Does your investment make money? Or does it just go up in value? Crypto does not make money for the most part. You're buying it, and I'm going to put gold on here too. I'm going to put gold over here. Gold and silver. Okay. Does it go up in value? Either you're speculating that's going up in value and you're trying to buy it at this price and sell it at that price. Or does it make money? A farm makes money. You plant and it produces a crop. You have expenses, you have income, you have expenses, and a net profit. It makes money. Or it could lose money too, but it's an income producing asset. Income producing asset. Real estate is an income producing asset. You're either going to rent it or you're going to resell it. But income producing asset is the long-term apartment complexes. And we're invested in a lot of real estate. And what happens is that the value of that real estate goes up if they make more money. With inflation, they're kicking up the rates higher, the rental rates, as a result that property is worth more money. Because it makes money. It's an income producing asset. So real estate is an income producing asset. Stocks are income producing assets. They make money. Businesses make money. It's an income producing asset. Bonds is an income producing asset too, but the bonds are very low in what people are going to pay because the governments are saying, hey, we've got to stimulate the economy, so we're going to keep the interest rates low so that stimulates the economy. Now, what's happened is they stimulated it too much, too long, and now they're trying to put the brakes on because the real estate market and all these markets have gone higher. Food prices and everything have gone higher because we printed too much money. So the central banks determine what the interest rates are going to be. So the problem is, and this is what happens, real estate, for example, had low interest rates. It was easy to buy and people could get into real estate very, very easy. Low interest rates. They say when interest rates are low, stocks and real estate will grow. Okay, when interest rates are low, stocks and real estate will grow. When interest rates are high, stocks and real estate will die. So, a year ago, you could get a home or you could get rental properties at 3 to 4%. Now it's 5 to 6%. That makes a huge difference on the costs. So as a result, what's happening is that people are moving their money. They're moving their money. And I'm going to put cash on here too, because that's a big one. So there's cash as well. So people had real estate or they had stocks, and now the interest rates have gone up. So what are they doing? They're sending their money down here to cash. Hey, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to sit on the sidelines. So for many of you, as you get your accounts open, I want you to get it funded. I want you to get money into the separate account. Even if it's just G Invest, I want you to get it in the separate account. Separate account, separate account. Move it, move it, move it, move it. Because all this flows one way. And then down here, we'll determine when we're going to start investing. I'm going to show you that in our merry-go-round and the roller coaster. But right now, the supply and demand is, hey, interest rates have gone up. So when interest rates are low, stock and real estate will grow. When interest rates are high, stock and real estate will die. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean you can't find great deals. Warren Buffett loves this time. He loves it when there's problems in the street because he can buy at better prices. Real estate guys love this. They love a crisis. There's a saying that says, never waste a good crisis. Okay. So that's what's happening right now. Bonds have been really low in rate of return. They've moved up quite a bit. So what's happening? Money has gone from here and they're sending the money someplace else. They're sending more money out of real estate and it's going here. Now there's more demand, more people want that than supply. Crypto, the same thing. People are saying, hey, I'm interested in crypto. Or, hey, there's a lot of bad news in the marketplace. I'm scared of that. I'm going to take my money down there. No, I'm going to take it all the way back down here to cash. So this is what happens, and this is why the roller coaster happens. Supply and demand in your business. If you have a lot of people there and it makes money, then it's going to go up in value. You're going to make more money. If it's not, it's going to go in the direction. Okay. So that is supply and demand. So the big thing you need to look at is where is the money going? When interest rates are low, stocks and real estate will grow. When interest rates are high, stock and real estate will.
You got muted.
Okay. Is just a store of value. It's just a store of value. It doesn't make any money. Gold does not make little baby gold. Farms make money. Real estate makes money. All these things make money. So that is a big piece that I want you to understand. Now, how does that affect the roller coaster? Well, as you have your money, there's three things you can do with it. You can leave it in cash. Gosh, I need to find me a pen that works. You can put your money into cash. There's nothing wrong with having your money in cash. That is not even the merry-go-round. That is just sitting on a bench. That's just sitting on a bench and it's not going anywhere. You can have your money into bonds with a smaller rate of return. Okay, you can have your money in bonds with a smaller rate of return, or you can have it in stocks and real estate. Now, what happens is that this one is going to just be flatlined. Okay, you're not making any money. The negative to it is that if there's inflation and everything's getting more expensive, then your cash isn't keeping up with inflation. So that's what we talk about, keeping up with inflation. If it costs more, as a result, it's harder to be able to catch up with that. If you guys can make sure that you have your mute on out there, that would be terrific. So we don't have to mute you. Now, bonds are saying, hey, we're going to give you a 2% rate of return. We're going to give you a 2% rate of return or a 3% rate of return, but you got to leave it with us for 2 to 3 years. Okay. As a result, it's going to grow. And it's going to be like this. It's going to grow, but it's going to grow at a lower rate, 2 to 3%, whatever that rate is, it's going to be a lower rate. Okay, so it's going to be a much lower rate of what it's going to go. Sorry, let me try this. Okay, just go ahead and individually mute those people, would you please? Okay, so it's going to be solid. It's going to be solid. It's not going to go up. It's not going to go down. It's just solid, but it's going to be at a much lower rate of return. 2 to 3%, or whatever it is. Stocks, on the other hand, are going to go like this. Okay, stocks and real estate are going to go like that. It's not a straight line because some years they're going to do well, some years they're going to go down. As interest rates go up, it's going to be harder to make a profit. As interest rates go down, it's going to go the other direction. As the income comes in with rental units, it's going to push them up there, and so forth and so forth. So stocks is a roller coaster. Now, right now, where are you in the roller coaster? Well, everybody is trying to figure out what the heck the governments around the world are doing. Where are they spending all this money? What are they doing with interest rates? What are they doing to slow down inflation around the world? Well, right now they're kicking up the rates, so that makes it harder for a business to make money. Now, for these guys, it's better because before it was 1%. Now it's 2 or 3%, and it's going to do a little bit better. And remember, that's a straight line. This one here, over time, it's done about 8%. So if you can handle this, if you can handle the roller coaster, then this is the one you're going to do. Right now, we're probably right here. I don't think we're done having go down in value. Why? Because money is still leaving the stock market and going to bonds. It's still leaving real estate and going to bonds. It's still leaving these asset classes and going to cash. Okay, it's all about where the money is going. As a result, we're still here. Now, I don't know when it's going to turn. They're in Disneyland, there is a ride called Space Mountain, and it's a roller coaster, but it's indoors, and the lights go down, and you can't see the track of what's happening on the roller coaster. And it's going to go up and down and sideways and everything else. And there's going to be lights. It's going to be confusing, and there's going to be noise, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be thrilling. My kids love it. I used to love it. I don't love it anymore. What do? I'm more here. I have more of my assets here because I'm ready to get on the merry-go-round, solid, and less on those big, crazy rides. And that's the same for you. So right now, where are we? I don't know. Is this going to go down even further? Well, it depends on who you listen to. It might. It might. The one thing that I know is that nobody knows. Now they all think they do and they all can say they do, but when Warren Buffett tells me he doesn't know, then that's a big piece for me. Now, Warren Buffett does not care what's happening right here. He's looking for a great deal on an investment. He's looking for a great deal. That's what they're looking for. And when companies get into trouble, he's got the cash to go invest in these companies. And when he buys stock, he's just buying a little bit of that company. Okay, that's all he's doing. He's saying this is what the whole company's worth, and divide that by the number of shares, and that is how he figures out if he wants to buy and invest in that company. And he has all kinds of people who are doing it. That's a big, massive company. So this isn't just Warren Buffett. He's just the guy who started it. He's the Walt Disney of the world. He's the Steve Jobs. But the rest of the company is the one that's doing it all. Steve Jobs did not build the iPhone. Steve Jobs built a company that built the iPhone. Walt and Roy Disney did not build Disneyland. They built a company that built Disneyland. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger did not build, they're not the ones doing all the investing. They built a company that does the investing, and he does quite a bit of it as well. So I want you to understand, where's it going? It might be here. It might still be going down. It might come down to here. Buffett says, what I look at is I'm looking at a good deal. Now, for a lot of you, most of you should be sitting on the sidelines. You should have your money here and into your investment account and have it in cash. If you're worried about it, have it in cash. Okay, just leave it in cash, put it in cash until you're ready to invest. But you have to move it over. And as far as the foundation is concerned, if you don't move it over and you don't have it into the G Invest or the Go Trade account, then we're not going to be able to send you out a reward. You've got to literally get it moved. Now, once it's moved, I don't care if you leave it in cash. I don't care if you put it in bonds, or I don't care if you put it into long-term stock. Okay, does that make sense? So now with that, I just want to spend just a second and talk about the stock market again. And again, the only reason for the stock market is I want you to get in the game. Most of you are not in the game. I want you to get into the game. So now there's only 4 ways to invest in the stock market. Well, there's 5 really. I'm going to put cash up here. I'm going to put everything in here. So there's cash. There are bonds. Okay. There's pick and choose. There are mutual funds. There are indexes. And then there's Berkshire, BRKB. BRKB. All right. Those are the 6 ways that you can do it. So you can leave your money in cash. You can get an interest rate return in bonds. You can pick and choose. You can hire somebody to pick and choose for you. You can do an index, or you can do Berkshire. Now, if you want to be on the sidelines, you're worried about your asset allocation, you can put more of your money right here. Okay. You might say, hey, I want to put 20% of my money right here, just to say, because I think the roller coaster is still going down. And you can say, well, you know what? I want some long term, because interest rates are getting a little bit better. I'm willing to put my money on the sideline for 2 years or 3 years. I want to put some of my money here. That's taking up 40% of your money. And real estate, of course, is over here too, but that's not as liquid. And then what we're going to say is that's 40%. And then what I'm telling you that we do is we put money right here. Most of that is going right there. Okay, the vast majority of that is going right there. Now, if it's a little bit less than that, you know, cash, we might be at 10% cash. And we might have 10% here. So that's 70, that's 100%. We're not doing that. Most of you picking and choosing, it's fun. You know, take 5% if you want to take 5% and do that, or 10% do that, but just be aware that that's riding the roller coaster, and that's getting in the car and running it up and down. You're sitting in that roller coaster and you're riding it all over the place. Okay, you're associated with it. When you buy the S&P 500, we're sitting on the sideline watching the 500 companies. So that's kind of the big piece that I wanted to make sure that you understand about investing. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you some of the stuff that we do. And I'm also telling you, you got to get in the game, even if you get your money put into that account and put it into cash. It's got to be literally moved over there so that you can start investing it when you're comfortable. And again, right now, the whole economy, I don't know where it's going. Buffett doesn't know where it's going. Nobody knows where it's going. Could it be right here? Sure. Could it go down to here? Sure. Absolutely. But eventually it will be here because the governments of the world can't balance their budgets. They print more money. As a result, inflation is going to push these things so that they will be more expensive in the future. Okay, does that make sense? So the one advantage of GoTrade is that you can invest in Berkshire Hathaway. You can invest in indexes. Okay, you can pick and choose if you wish. That's the one advantage of GoTrade. The advantage of, but you need at least $5 when you start, or $10 before you. If you don't start with 5, you got to get $10 in there before you can start investing. That's kind of the system that we have. All right, now we got some great news. So we're going to end this segment. We're going to give you some links because we're going to pay out some money to you. And again, when you get money from us, it's got to go in your investment account. If you are not literally moving it in your investment account, we can't send you the money. Okay, that's just the deal. We've only got so much money and we need to put it to the people that are actually doing it. So we're going to say goodbye to you from all around the world. Thanks for being with us. And we're going to come back.